What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 48 of Shoe Booty Sports. That's the Daryl Johnston episode. Going way back for that one. Moose, back when they had fullbacks in football, three-time Super Bowl champ for the Cowboys. So, yeah, that's the most famous 48 I could think of. But I'm Graham Powell, the host of Shoe Booty Sports, along with co-host Bradley Brown.
Yeah, I'm here this week.
Yeah, had the week off. I got stuck doing this solo last week. I was curious what it would be like doing solo, but I'm good on it. I'll do it again if I have to, but it wasn't fun. So it's much easier with somebody else to talk, and I can take breaks in between and breathe and have a sip of water or something like that. But anyway, Grandpa Bradley Brown over there. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races. Here's the shirt here. RhinoRaces.com. Rhino Races offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. Visit their website for details and how to run all 5 of those races, or as in track it with your fitness app and screenshot your results. Submit it there on the website at RhinoRaces.com. They ship you your award by mail. RhinoRaces.com. They also have a gear section with t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. Again, RhinoRaces.com. Sign up today, run at your convenience, track your results with your fitness app, submit them there on the website, and they send you your award by mail. And Shoe Booty Sports, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, the Wisdom app. Check us out on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter at Shoe Booty Sports. So there are 2 unbeaten teams left in the NFL after 3 weeks, just 2 unbeaten teams. And who would have predicted it being the Dolphins and Eagles? Both with Alabama quarterbacks who were there at the same time as well, and with their top wideouts essentially. Well, I don't know about top wideouts. We'll say that. Very good receivers, also Alabama receivers. Of course, the Eagles and Dolphins, what we're talking about. Who of those two do you like better?
Man, I kind of like the
As in
Eagles
who is
better.
better?
I kind of like the
Really?
Eagles better. Yeah. I don't know. It's gut feeling. I'm just going to go with my gut. So,
I like the Dolphins better just because I mean, the Eagles have impressed me. Don't get it twisted, but the Dolphins have played tougher competition. I mean, beating Buffalo. I mean, that's how I know you're for real. Eagles squeaked out a close game in week 1. I don't even remember who it was against. It wasn't like a top tier team though. But
but haven't they played 2 road games and Dolphins play two home games?
possibly, but none of those games the Eagles played were against the Bills. So
True.
that's what I'm thinking of. Like that's how I know you're for real. Like you showed up and you beat Buffalo, who the experts consider is the best team in the league. So I'd say they're more proven of the two, but I do like the Eagles. I like what they've done, and they're at least seemingly only going to get better with all those draft picks they have coming.
No.
So yeah, and gosh, and wide receiving core for both teams is just stacked. Dolphins obviously Tyreek Hill and Waddle, who that's already like an all time touchdown dance if you want, or celebration
For
with
sure. Yeah.
Waddle already. And then of course Devontae Smith and AJ Brown over for Philly. And that's a that's a tough receiving core to guard if you're any secondary in the league. But of the two, just going to the quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts has very much impressed me. I completely whiffed on him. I didn't see him as a pro quarterback. I saw him in the NFL, not as a consistent starting quarterback. Maybe like a guy. I said this last week. Just I assumed he'd be a guy you could bring in like Kaepernick was early in his 49er days. Just have like a package just for him that you come in and run, like Wildcat type of option. that can be a throwing threat, not a guy that could be a consistent starting quarterback in the NFL. And he's just another example of proving that he you don't have to have this certain type of skill set or play a certain type of way to be a successful quarterback in the league now. You just don't. You just got to utilize his strengths, and that's what the Eagles are doing, man. And he's fun to watch. And obviously, being a running threat like that does open up the passing game. But he keeps getting better at throwing the football and being smart with the football. To me, he is the way too early MVP of the league right now. 3 weeks in, Jalen Hurts has got to be like the MVP, right? Of course, we did this last year with Kyler, after 3 weeks. Kyler Murray was the MVP of the league. So, of course, we're acknowledging it's the way too early MVP prediction. But 3 weeks in, it does matter as far as getting ready, playoff seeding down the line, all that. To me, it's Jalen Hurts. Who's been more impressive to you, or who would you say is the MVP after 3 weeks? The way too early MVP prediction. It's got to be like Jalen or Tua, right?
Carson Wentz. Yeah, I'd say it's got to be one of those two, but I mean, I don't think they're going to keep it up. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I could see Hurts keeping it up, but I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't think either one of the two is going to end up with it. But
That's not the question, though. But you
I would
you
give it.
said
Yeah, I would agree with Hurts.
like I think we both would kind of say. I mean, not neither one will probably be the league MVP. Although I don't know, he's shown steady improvement just since coming into the league. Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't have a prediction for how many they're going to win or anything like that, but I could see him. I think his numbers would be better than Tua's. Like Tua did throw 6 touchdowns. Sunday. Well, not Sunday, but the Sunday before that, it was a much tighter game and lower scoring game this past Sunday against Buffalo. Which you're not throwing 6 touchdowns against Buffalo's defense.
No,
But like with that receiving core, Tua is set up to be successful. And Jalen is too, and they're putting him in position. But I've just been more impressed with Jalen Hurts and the things he's done on the ground with his legs too. Tua hasn't done that, but I mean but Miami's not asking him to do that either. But that's a big part of Jalen Hurts' game. Yeah, I've been pretty blown away by Jalen Hurts these first few weeks. But yeah, it's of those two. If they're meeting up, I would pick the Dolphins just because I like them just overall. But I mean, the Eagles may be the most balanced team in the league too. Got a great offensive line, solid defensive line, pretty stacked all around. I mean, they look legit 3 weeks in. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, of course, way too early. But 3 weeks in, I like what I see from them. I'd say they're clearly the team in that division, but of course, right? Although, hey, Dallas and New York 2-1 now. So,
watch out. Watch out.
yeah, Cooper Rush, 2-0 this season as the starter of the Cowboys. And did you catch much of the game last night? Dallas and New York. I did like the Giants' old unis, like the throwback unis.
Yeah, I mean,
You need to
I
hit
don't
the
know.
yawn button.
No, not gonna do it. There is no yawn button. There's just a cough button.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, true. But no, I mean, I watched the game here and there. I had my Top Golf League last night, so no sound on. I watched it whenever I remembered to pay attention to it whenever it wasn't my turn. But yeah, I don't know. To me, all the Giants uniforms look the same, no matter if they do throwback or whatever else. I mean, I don't get it. So
It's basically a difference in the helmets
in the
mostly.
helmet, yeah.
No, like
So,
there's a lot more white. It seems. Well, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. You're kind of right. It's just it's the difference in the helmet mainly. It's like a glossier blue, I want to say, with like the Eli helmets is what I essentially refer to them as now.
with some sparkles in there too.
Yeah, and then you got the LT and Phil Sims darker blue helmets, which is with the Giants lettering. I liked it though. I mean, it's different, so
And it,
I dug it.
I mean, some of them sometimes they switch with the NY and the in between the NY and the Giants. So I mean, that's a different look.
Yeah, pretty much. But Saquon Barkley looks back. I mean, he looks like he's all the way back. What do you do if you're them and it's time to pay him? It's time to pay him. He's still on like his rookie deal.
Um,
I
I
still would
don't
just
know.
not.
I wouldn't pay him. I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't either. I just wouldn't overpay for a running back in this league today. You can get so
No.
many. You can get so many other ones just at a discount. Look at Tony Pollard and Zeke. Taking money out of it completely. Just not even thinking about their contracts. Who would you rather have, Pollard or
Oh,
Zeke right
for
now?
the last 2 seasons, Pollard.
Yeah. I don't know about the last two,
Well, not 2 seasons, but especially last season, Pollard.
but this season,
This season,
right
yeah,
now,
again,
definitely Pollard.
Pollard.
Now you can say, I mean, he's the better back for really what they're trying to do, at least, get to the outside. I mean, Zeke could be like your bruiser back kind of thing. But like last year, they were forcing Zeke the ball. Like when they were running it, they would force it to Zeke because like we're paying him all this money, we're gonna get something out of it. It's like some people do when they go to a fancy restaurant, they pay all this money for this food that has all these courses that they essentially just kind of have to force some of it down. At least they shouldn't, but that's what they do because "Oh, I paid all this money, so I don't want it to go to waste." That's kind of what you're doing with Zeke, basically, or did last year. This year, it's definitely more by committee. And Pollard, I don't know if he's gotten more carries. I don't know how even the split has been, but it seems like Pollard has been the guy. Just with again, I think it's been a fairly even split, but as far as who's getting first carries, Pollard's been the priority. And yeah, and Pollard, you're paying him a lot less. But like I said, even taking money out of it, I would take Tony Pollard right now, especially for what they're trying to do. But Zeke did at least have a fairly decent fantasy game. Well, he had a fairly decent game last night, and
I'm guessing you have him.
I have him, but this is the first week I put him on my bench. So because he did next to
This is
nothing
yeah,
first 2 weeks,
yeah.
and I lost by like 5 points. And the guy I put in his place was Zeke outscored him by like 9 or 10. So of course that's
I
how my season's gone.
I lost by 5 points to my so far undefeated season because of Montgomery got injured.
Yeah, that one. His backup played well.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, he played yeah, right. Helps you out a lot, right? But I am 1-2 now. Not that anybody cares, but
I
you
would have
know,
never guessed it by looking at your team at the start of the season. But
is that- you're smiling. I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not.
no, I mean I'm for real. Your team looks
Yeah,
stacked, but
it did look stacked. So that
my team that I felt so about is just crushing it so far. So hopefully they keep that up.
But see, that's what worried me. Some of the most confident teams I've ever been going into a season have been some of my worst. So I don't know if that just means I don't know what I'm talking about or what.
Probably.
Could be. But we still have a sports show, so there's that. We must know what we're talking about, right? All right, and other notable games. Bucks at Packers recap. Now did that not look like two veteran quarterbacks playing against each other? Was that the Sunday night game?
Thought that
Or
was
was it
like the
no, yeah,
afternoon
it
game, right?
was. It was the afternoon game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty
just
sure
looked
I
like
caught a nap sometime in the second quarter, but
What, you got tired? You didn't get interested in all the dinking and dunking,
No, dude.
just the like the audible at the line, and then 5 yard out or hit them in the flat, or it was just these. It looked like the same team playing against each other, essentially, at least offensively. But yeah, you'd have to be real technically just really into football to have been really into that game. I was into it just because it's Brady and Rogers, but even I was like, throw the ball downfield a little bit, like somebody take a shot.
Yeah.
It seemed the only time Rogers would take a shot, it seemed like, was when he does the Rogers thing, like I caught him offside,
Get
so
them off sides. We'll,
I'm gonna
we'll throw
chunk
40
one.
yards.
Yeah, I'm gonna chunk one down the field, which that's where a lot of his big plays come from. Some of his best throws are like that. But yeah, I mean, the Packers looks like they're back on track. They're at least consistent. They don't play well in week one, and then they come back and win games after that. So they're continuing to do that. Okay, the Sunday night game. Okay, here it is. Here's another just this one was even more strange to me. Niners and Broncos. Broncos somehow are 2-1 right now, and they did it with an 11-10 win over Jimmy G's Niners. And a lot of people, myself included, figured Jimmy G was going to give them a better chance to be successful this season. And he still probably will be,
Yeah.
but you did see watching the game, you're like, okay, I can see why they went with Trey Lance. They were like, we're at least going to see what we have. And you could see why just watching that. And of course, him stepping out of the end zone for the safety, that was one thing. But he did what Jimmy G does. He missed some throws. He made some, but he missed some too. And yeah, that was my takeaway from seeing him out there, was I can see why they decided we're at least going to see what we have with Trey Lance and just go from there.
Yeah. I think they should just went with Debo at quarterback. Just went back to last year.
I mean, he just get the ball to Debo somehow. Get it to him somehow. And I like that they're continuing to utilize him. I don't know. I know he reportedly doesn't like it, but he's more effective that way. He's just too good of a player to not get him the ball in different ways. But yeah, that was, and like the Broncos offensively, this was the Packers,
That's right.
offensive coordinator who's their head coach now, and Rodgers was real high on. And now you got Russell Wilson in. You're thinking, man, okay, we're gonna get the offense together, and it is just not. But they're still somehow 2-1. So good, I guess. But I'm not that excited if I'm a
Yeah. I don't think that they're
Broncos
that good.
fan.
I don't.
Now
Uh,
Eli had the line of the night. I didn't see it, but because I was working in the kitchen for a lot of the game. But Eli apparently saying they should have paid they should have paid the punter 230 million or whatever it was. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good line by Eli. Did you see any of his Chad Powers
yeah.
workout at Penn State?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Think fast, think fast, be fast. Think fast, be fast. That was me at my half
I don't
marathon.
know how anybody believed that he was college age. I mean, just don't believe it.
Well, one of the guys there, he's
And
like, "What is
how
this
do you
guy
not
like
recognize him?
32?"
Yeah. You're in college football and you don't recognize Eli Manning. Like, get out of here.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know. He had an interesting disguise, man. I wouldn't have known what to think.
You would have thought, hey, that guy looks a lot like Eli Manning.
I would have been like, I don't know what, like, something's going on here. Like, I mean, I would have been. I mean, here's a 6'5", 6'6" guy, coming in and can throw. I would have been like, hey, okay, this guy's played or replaced somewhere. Something's going on. I would have been able to figure something out, I think. But okay, did the Ravens won, right? So aren't they 2-1 now? Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Should be 3
So
and 0, but yeah, Miami made that miraculous comeback. So,
well, how good can Lamar Jackson be? And for how long? Can he have like a better than Vic career? And of course we're naturally making the comparison to Mike Vick because Michael Vick was the only person that was as big, you know, at least as big or close to as big of a running threat as Lamar was and could throw it and
mhm.
could still throw. Lamar can throw. I knew Lamar could play. I didn't think he was accurate enough in college to be, a consistent starting quarterback in the league.
A
And
lot of
that's another
people were in that boat. Yeah.
yeah, and that's another one I whiffed on. But I whiffed hard on that one. Lamar's great. He's been nothing but great. He'll probably be the highest paid player in the league when it is time to get paid. If
Yeah, if he
that's
keeps it up, there's no reason why he shouldn't be.
and that's clearly what he's wanting. He's wanting the only thing that stalled it getting a deal is he wanted all that guaranteed money. Which, by the way, another reason all the owners around the league hate the Browns owners right now, or owner, because because it's like, well, you just set the tone for what we have to deal with now.
Yep.
People are going to want nothing but guaranteed contracts. But yeah, I mean, you can understand why Lamar Jackson would say that. It's not practical to ask that of of the franchise. I want everything guaranteed. But you can also, if you're Lamar Jackson, point and say, well, this guy has all these legal issues and he's got 230 million guaranteed. I'm a stand-up dude. I don't get in trouble. I come in, I do my work. I'm better at it than almost everybody, and I'm better at it the way I do it than anybody else on the planet. So he's got an argument.
Oh, he's got a good
He's
argument.
and you're gonna have to pay him because what's your alternative, right? I mean, like, what are you gonna do? All right, well, I know that there's a lot of quarterbacks in this year's draft coming out, or in next year's draft, I mean. But you're not gonna find anybody like Lamar Jackson, you
Ooh,
know. So you're gonna have to find a way to pay him. Come to some type of agreement. Whatever it is, gosh, it's gonna be a lot of money, but it's hard to say he's not gonna be worth it because nobody else can do what this guy does. I hope he stays healthy, man. It's history has shown you can't when you play like that, but he's pretty smart about it. Like he's crafty. He can avoid getting hit. He knows when to go down. It's not like KJ for Arkansas where he's essentially a dump truck, back there, and he's gonna take a lot of hits. Lamar's pretty good at avoiding the big hit. Now he's gonna get his bell rung a few times, just just based on chance, just
it's
running it.
football.
Yeah, you're not gonna dodge everybody. There's 11 out there, and they're all coming at you. You're hard to take down, but 11 on one, it's tough to beat. But whatever it is they pay him, yeah, it's probably gonna be worth it. I don't know what it'll be. It'll be at 50 million. I think it's just the guaranteed money he's wanting, is my understanding. He just wants it guaranteed. He might. Settle for 50 mil, you know. Oh, it's a lot of money. A lot of money, but no, but it's a lot of talent too.
Yeah,
So I get
he's
it.
bringing in a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Uh, okay. One surprise team. I'm not that surprised. I'm a little surprised that they're 2-1, but I figured the Jags would have been better this year. But
Yeah.
it's looking to me a lot of comparisons early, and I get it. Trevor Lawrence in year two looking like Peyton Manning in year two. Like, it's too early to say that, but so far so good, man. I
Yep.
mean, number one pick. Of course, the by that comparison, I mean, Peyton was 3-13 as a rookie. Did not have a good year. Year 2, 13-3. And like already like, okay, top tier quarterback. Here he is. Like this guy's coming and it looks like he's arrived. Trevor Lawrence, big jump in year 2. It helps that he got a coach, at the pro level at least.
Can't believe
Doug,
they're making it without Urban, man.
yeah. Well, they replaced him with a guy that won a Super Bowl and in Philly with Nick Foles. Not taking away from anything away from Nick Foles. Nick Foles is excellent that
Yeah.
postseason and then the Super Bowl. Like went toe to toe with Tom Brady and outdueled him. Like that's a big deal. But
Yeah, that list is really short.
yes, it is. But Doug Peterson, I love the hire. I was surprised it took him. I mean, he could have gotten. He was going to get a head coaching job eventually, but I think the Jag situation's a good one to walk into, especially with this team now. Adding Christian Kirk, which I do regret not drafting him because he's been killing it.
Oh, he's been killing it for me on 2 of my teams.
Yeah, I had a chance to get him. I think I went with like Adam Thielen instead.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, he had a decent
You
week.
not hooked on a Thielen?
Okay, well, that was not bad. Not now. I
Yeah,
have
oh,
been
but
in years
anyway,
past, but he had a decent week last week. But no, Christian Kirk has been killing it. And I should have known. It's just Christian Kirk didn't do much at Arizona. He didn't do it. Now, granted, he had a lot around him to compete
yeah,
with, but I mean, I should have known because he killed Arkansas for
for 3 years.
like 13 years. I swear he was in college for 175 years.
Yeah, I think they let him play through his master's degree.
It felt like it. It felt like Christian Kirk would get 200 yards and 4 touchdowns against Arkansas every year for seriously a decade. That's what it felt like. I was like, is
Yeah,
this guy
he
ever
would
going to
break.
go
Yeah,
pro?
he would break 3 or 4 tackles every play too.
Yeah,
It's
or
like,
just not get touched,
dude,
because you couldn't catch him. At least Arkansas couldn't anyway. So I should have known. Like, okay, this guy's got Trevor Lawrence throwing him the ball now. But I'm glad it's working out, man. Yeah, I'm glad it's turned around there for Trevor Lawrence. Like I said, Clemson's my team outside of Arkansas, so it's good to see Trevor Lawrence doing well. Looking at his numbers though, I did look those up. Last year, rookie year, of course, Urban Meyer's the coach. 59.6% completion percentage, 3,641 yards, 12 touchdowns to 17 picks. That's still better than like that's better than Peyton did. I don't remember Peyton's, but it was like 28 interceptions or something. I think he had the rookie interception record. Again, it's a rookie quarterback though. 39.1 QBR this year through 3 games. Trevor Lawrence 69.4% completion percentage, so basically 70% of your passes. 772 yards, 6 touchdowns to 1 pick, and a 71.1 QBR. So it looks like the Jags are on their way. Cool to see. Also, jumping to college real quick, Texas is officially not back. I think it's safe to say.
I thought that was last week's headline, but
Well, no, they hung with Bama, so I mean ESPN might as well have rolled out the Texas is back thing. But yeah, they lose a 37-34 overtime game at Texas Tech. I did catch that because of course that's the game. That was the game before the Arkansas game.
yeah, just wishing it would end so we could see our kickoff on time. But
Yeah, same. But yeah, so Texas Tech winning that one. Middleton and another noteworthy games from Saturday. Middle Tennessee beats Miami 45-31. Are they Middle Tennessee or Middle Tennessee State? I thought they were Middle Tennessee State.
I thought the state was a part of the name, but
That's what I thought. But I guess they dropped it. I guess Middle Tennessee works.
probably saved them a bunch of money on printing T-shirts.
I I guess so. I don't know.
5 less letters every shirt, man. Just think about it. Adds up, dude.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Anyway, I mean, they beat Miami 45-31. It wasn't like it was a
Close game.
3 game. Yeah, it wasn't like it was a 3-score game. I actually did not see this game, but Clemson winning in double overtime against Wake Forest at Wake Forest 40 or yeah, I can't remember what the score like 51-45 something, but yeah, DJ 5 you
Angole.
Uyunglele, something like that. Still can't say it. He had a good game though from the looks of it,
Yeah.
at least statistically. So, Clemson still being Clemson. And of course, Alabama rolled Vandy 55-3 and another cupcake matchup for the Tide, which they just get every scheduling break every
Dude, how
year.
long has it been since we played Vandy?
I don't know, but Alabama gets
I
they'll get
think
like
Alabama's played Vandy like 6 straight years. What the
probably
heck?
so. They might have a rivalry trophy coming up here soon. Like that's how many times they played them in a row.
Uh, they get a you lost trophy every year.
Maybe. I don't know what they'd use instead of a cigar, after the Vandy game, winning that one. They might come up with something. I don't know. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
they'll work on that. Greg Sankey and them will work on it as they who they have next week or this week, Utah State or something. Just being Arkansas fans and seeing Arkansas getting stiffed every year as far as the scheduling. Now I'm fine with them playing competitive games. I don't mind that, but they clearly take care of Alabama. Like let's make sure these guys have every opportunity to get to the playoff. And I get it. You want the king of your conference to get to the playoff every year, make your conference some money. But man, then you give Arkansas the between the 10th and the toughest schedule in the country every year. It's ridiculous. It's not fun. It's not fun to watch from our side of it anyway. But going to the Arkansas game, quick Arkansas and A&M recap. Takeaway of that from that for me, the KJ's extending the ball, at the goal line, or in this case, like 5 yards from the goal line. It seemed like.
He was over 3 yards away. I don't even know if you do that in junior high, man. You don't Superman it from 3 yards out.
Yeah, you don't do that with the ball ever. You shouldn't. And you could tell even in whatever game it was. I want to say it was the week 2 game where they won, where he extended out, and I think ended up scoring, but he almost lost it. No, I think he was like out at the 1 or something, or it came out of his hand at the 1. But as they're showing the replay, trying to determine whether or not this should be a touchback, you could kind of tell on the sideline, he's just kind of looking like what? Like he just kind of had the mannerism. Like, granted, I couldn't see what was going on or hear, but he had the mannerisms of like, well, why are they checking this? I didn't do anything wrong. You know, Again, speculating, but no one has clearly worked with him on that. I hope that's something we don't see moving forward. Hopefully that this is the lesson of, hey, this is you tuck it, like tuck
If
it and run.
yeah, if he hadn't learned his lesson from that, I don't think there's any hope for him.
Yeah.
But
Now I'm the type that I have to screw up 3 or 4 times or more to eventually learn from my mistake. But
I think this
that's
is
at least
multiple
2.
times. Yeah,
Yes, that's at least 2 for KJ. So if he's like me, hopefully
and
he's figured it out by now.
and it got returned 97 yards for a touchdown, so that should count as 3 right there.
Probably
So
so. So if you're like me, KJ, the third time's a charm. Learn from it, and let's just not do that anymore. I'm thrilled he's our
yeah,
quarterback.
thrilled. Yeah.
I'm thrilled he's our quarterback. He
Great
plays,
quarterback, just terrible lapse of judgment.
yeah, just hang on to the and he's so smart, like taking care of the football through the air.
Yep.
Like he doesn't turn the ball over. The one pick he's had this year was because yeah, it was Trey Knox's fault.
That's what
Bounced
made
right
it
out of his
hurt.
hand.
That's what made it hurt so much worse, though. It's like we know he knows better,
Yes, you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
and that game would have been completely different. But
Yeah,
we would have showed A&M for the frauds that they are, because they're not a good football team. They're
they're
just not.
not. Neither team deserved to win that game. Neither team deserved to win that game Saturday.
No. But I
Even
don't
if
get it, man.
Arkansas,
Every year, dude, we find some way to shoot ourselves in the foot and lose that damn game.
well, that's kind of been the theme from them all year, right? I mean, they just they look great some drives. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde
Look
offense.
unstoppable, man.
Yeah, they started the game hot and then were just cold up until kind of the end of the game when they started to kind of make a comeback. Even the Cam Little thing, apparently he's been like just working at kicks nonstop after practice. It's a 42-yard kick, man. It
Dude,
wasn't it wasn't a gimme.
and extended post, like the posts are shorter in college. That would have probably been counted as good in a college game. But
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
dude, it would
it's
have been
not
a
a
judgment
gimme.
call at least. But yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely not a gimme. But it should have never been in Cam's hands to win it. So
No, it shouldn't have. But I don't know. He's a heck of a kicker too. But yeah,
heck of a kicker, man.
yeah. I can't like Hawker was the last like real good kicker I want to say Arkansas's had.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't Cam Little's a heck of a ball player at that position. In other news, so yeah, good luck against Alabama. Hopefully we see the Hogs show out. But in other news, Albert Pujols hits number 700.
Two in a
So
game, yeah.
yeah, two in a game. Shout out Albert hitting 700. And in the AL, got Aaron Judge going for the Triple Crown. So far, he's leading it. Do you think he gets to 62? He's got like what 9 games left as of tonight.
Yeah, he gets to 62.
I hope so. It'd be pretty cool to see.
I will say he gets to 63.
Okay, all right, 63. I'm also going to say 63.
64. No, we'll stick at 63.
No, I'm going to stick with 63. You going with 63 because that was your high school
63,
football
yeah.
number?
Yeah, just for that reason.
All right, just curious. But that's a good guess, I would say. All right. In the NL East, this is the biggest battle up and leading up to the playoffs. Mets and Braves battling for the NL East. Mets at 97 and 57, Braves 96 and 58, 1 game back. And yeah, so interesting to watch right now. Quick question. Have you watched any of Dahmer on Netflix?
I have not, but it looks very interesting. I
It is.
figured you'd be all over that.
Evan Peters is killing it. Might watch an episode tonight. Don't know if I'll have time tonight, but I'm going to try to. Are you going to be available Monday for podcasting?
Yes, we'll have to wait till after Top Golf League, but yeah, we'll make it happen.
All right. So we're probably going to have to come at y'all Monday because next Tuesday is my birthday and I got plans. But until then, we're going to be out of here.
He got no plans.
Uh huh. Yeah. Till next time, y'all.